So we're going to look at first dates from a totally different angle today. I want you to forget everything you've heard about memorizing the perfect opening line. We're going to break down 7 core habits that make a second date pretty much inevitable.
You ever walk into a first date and it just feels like an audition? You know that feeling, right? Your palms get a little sweaty, you're running through those rehearsed lines you found online, and you're just hoping, praying you say the right thing. The pressure is just immense.
But here's the secret. The problem isn't what you say. It's not about having the slickest line or the funniest story ever told. The real key to attraction, the thing that actually matters, is the energy you're radiating. It's all about how you carry yourself.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. Women don't fall for effort, they fall for energy. That's the whole idea we're exploring. We're shifting away from performing for her and into just being your most confident self.
So how do we actually do that? Well, it all starts from the inside out. This first section is all about mastering your own presence, about getting to a calm, grounded place internally.
Okay, habit number 1, lower your social RPMs. You know, when most guys get nervous around someone they're attracted to, their body just goes into fight or flight. Everything speeds up, your speech, your movements, your thoughts, and that just screams insecurity. Lowering your RPMs is all about consciously deciding to slow it all down to project calm.
This breaks it down perfectly. Just look at the difference. The insecure guy, he's moving fast, talking a mile a minute, terrified of any silence. But the confident guy, he moves slow, he speaks slow, and he's totally comfortable with those pauses. Here's a quick pro tip. Before you even walk in, do a little presence check. Just drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and take one deep breath right into your stomach.
You've probably heard this before. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. It's so true. When you're more deliberate, your words land with more weight. It actually makes you feel calmer, and more importantly, it makes her feel safer and way more comfortable around you.
All right, let's move on to habit number 2, dress within the natural boundary. Now, this has nothing to do with expensive designer brands. It's about signaling self-respect through how your clothes fit. The natural boundary is that sweet spot where the seam of your shirt sits right on your shoulder bone. See, baggy clothes can look a little childish, and skin-tight stuff can just look like you're trying way too hard.
On to habit 3. Use the signature scent anchor. This one is crazy powerful because our sense of smell is hardwired directly to the parts of our brain that control emotion and memory. A good, consistent scent can literally anchor a feeling to you and her mind.
But, and this is the absolute golden rule, fragrance should be discovered, not announced. What does that mean? It means 1 or 2 sprays. That's it, maximum. The goal is for her to notice it when she's close to you, in your personal space, not for it to hit her from across the room. All right, so you've got your internal state sorted. You're feeling calm and present. Now let's talk about the interaction itself. This section is all about how you guide that external connection you're trying to build with her.
Habit 4 is a total game changer. Ask for feelings, not facts. Think about it. So many first dates just turn into this boring interrogation mode. You know, what do you do? Where are you from? How many siblings? It's like you're just trading data points. It's a total conversation killer.
Just look at the difference here. A fact question is, what do you do for work? But a feeling question is, what's the most exciting part of your job? You see that shift? One gets you a job title. The other one invites her to share her passion, her excitement, her actual experience.
And this is why it's so important. When you ask about feelings, you're tapping into her emotional experience. And folks, that is where real connection and attraction actually happens. You stop being 2 strangers trading resumes and start becoming 2 people sharing something real.
Now for habit number 5, practice strategic stillness. And really this boils down to one simple thing, your phone. When you're constantly glancing at your phone, checking notifications, it sends a clear signal that your life is chaotic and that you need little dopamine hits from somewhere else. So just put the phone away, like completely away.
It's like this slide says, the guy who doesn't need attention is the one who gets it. When you give her your full, undivided focus, you make her feel like she's the most important person in the world in that moment. You make her feel like the main character, and trust me, people are always drawn to that feeling.
Okay, habit number 6 is about maintaining your frame. And all that really means is having your own solid opinions and not being terrified to disagree with her. Respectfully, of course. A huge mistake guys make is just agreeing with everything to try and be liked. But honestly, it just comes across like you don't have a spine.
Think about the message that sends. When you disagree, it shows you have your own mind. It communicates, hey, I don't need you to choose me because I've already chosen myself. That kind of self-respect is incredibly attractive. She'll respect you more for it.
And let's be super clear here. Creating a safe, comfortable energy is absolutely attractive. But being a pushover? Not at all. There is a massive difference between being a pleasant person and being a people pleaser. This is where you draw that line.
And finally, we get to habit 7. Exit while the energy is high. This might be one of the biggest mistakes guys make. They cling to a good moment and just drag the date out until the conversation dies and things get awkward.
No, you want to be the one to confidently bring the date to a close while the vibe is still at its peak. Saying something like, this was amazing, but I should probably get going, shows you have a life, you have a purpose. It leaves this little gap of mystery, and like the slide says, mystery is emotional caffeine for her brain. It leaves her wanting more.
So let's wrap all this up with the big takeaway here. It's really about a fundamental shift in your entire mindset, from chasing attraction to just being attractive.
Because at the end of the day, all 7 of these habits point to the exact same thing. The goal is to become more settled and confident in who you are. When you can do that, when you just naturally project that calm, confident energy, attraction stops being this thing you have to chase. It just becomes a natural byproduct of your presence.
So look, this isn't about memorizing a bunch of rules or faking a personality. Attraction isn't something you go out and hunt for. It's about the energy you choose to bring into a room. So the only real question left is, what energy are you going to choose to bring?